He's got a few thousand acres. He's got his water and sun. He's got his dad and his dad's footprints buried deep in this sand. But he's tired and he's stopped talking, and his mind is getting weaker every day. So behind a diesel running, bang, he takes it all away. And then a land cries out, where's my little family gone? And a land cries still, the one who's loved me so, so long. Now he's tired and he's stopped fighting, and he thinks that he's let everybody down. A desperate man, desperate measures, a desperate fire rings out. And then a land cries out, where's my little family gone? One who's loved me so, so long. I'm gonna be raised and robbed by a rich man's greed, and all I really want back is my family, please.
The second single from the album is Tears, and it's got quite an interesting story behind it, and I have read the details of how this song came to be, but I'd like you to explain where Tears came from.
Tears, I was sitting on the couch, I was watching television and saw a program where a child abuser had been caught out and the cameras were on him and he was crying, and I just felt this, I felt angry and upset that he had tears for today, but what about yesterday? And I couldn't understand his tears. Were they sadness for what he'd done, remorse, or whether it just because he'd been caught out? Yeah, and I thought if he's got enough nous to know that was wrong today, what about yesterday? So that's where the song came from. I went and grabbed a pen and paper and I just wrote on child abuse in general and what I was feeling at the time.
And that song just came out there and then?
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's how I sort of write. I just get moved or see something and I'll just do the song pretty much on the spot.
Do you have any of your songs that would stand out as a favourite or favourites where you just love performing them and they take you back to that special time?
I guess lately I've been on the road with my brother Greg. What I've really been enjoying is a song that we've co-wrote together called When I Was a Boy. We both wrote it about our childhood and growing up. He's got When I Was a Boy, I dreamt of playing for the Tigers, but I couldn't get a kick, so now I'm sitting on a Steiger, which is a tractor, and then I come in with When I Was a Girl. We make cubbies in the scrub. You know, it was all about growing up and our dreams and all of that. So, and where we ended up. And I love singing that because we both believe it and we wrote it and we both feel it. And I think the crowd sense that, and then they see us as, you know, our relationship on stage. So it's always a nice, fuzzy, warm feeling when we sing it and the crowd respond with that.
And by the same token, I think that myself, as someone who would be in the audience, would be thinking of the times when I grew up with my sister, and I could relate to that song.
Absolutely. There's another song, another new track off the Best Of album called Calling Me Home, and when I sing it, I've had that many people come up to me and say, when you sung Calling Me Home about your old farmhouse, that took me back to my old place. And, you know, I went and saw it about 2 years ago, and it's still the same. So many people then have to pass on their stories about their old homes. And it's lovely because, you know, then it helps people with having, you know, it's just, music's just a great thing. It's a nice little therapy, and it's a good night out for people when they can reminisce and put a smile on their face.
Actually, speaking about playing live, when you play the same songs live over many years as you have for the past 10 years, is it always easy to perform them with the same, say, intensity and passion, or do you feel it depends on the audience, the atmosphere and all that sort of thing?
The audience play a big part, but audiences can be so deceiving. you can be sitting there thinking, oh, they're so quiet, they're just not enjoying themselves, but they actually are. They're just a quiet crowd, and you can go the next night 80k down the road and they're as noisy as all get up. So you do feed off the crowd, but I know when I'm slipping into that, I'm just singing this song, I'm not in it, and I really try and make a physical effort and mental effort, really. It is, sorry, it should say mentally, to get into the song and to sing it for those people like I'm there. And it just gets hard at times when you've sung a song 100 times. They probably don't even notice when you're on remote, but I always notice, and it puts a bit of downer on my show, so I try and keep keep me excited.
Who are your favourite artists?
I'm a big fan of John Williamson, big fan of Paul Kelly. I mean, I put those two up the top because I guess I'm inspired by them as a songwriter.
Yeah.
I hope that I can be as good as them one day, and write that song that, I don't know, and just perform the way they do. They're just, one-on-one with the crowd. You can be mesmerised and drawn in by their stories. And then, I don't know, then there's just a lot of scattered artists that I just enjoy listening to.
I could definitely see Paul Kelly in the type of songwriting and the songs that you perform as well.
Yeah, he writes Australian conversation, he puts it into song. He's just so clever. Whereas John Williamson's a bit more of a poet. Just the way that he's so proud about Australia, and he writes these beautiful stories about this place where we live, and he really reminds you about how good we've got it sometimes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm speaking with Sara Storer, Australian singer-songwriter, and she's just released her greatest hits album, Calling Me Home, the best of Sara Storer. Before I let you go, Sara, and thanks so much for being generous with your time today, what's next with Sara Storer? Is there a lot of touring going on? Is there a batch of fresh material, and we're going to hear a new album maybe in 6 months or a year?
Well, scattered gigs throughout, the next 6 months, but hopefully I'd love to be recording a new album by mid next year. So that's my goal. That's where I'm heading. So head down, tail up, and get stuck into it.
How has motherhood changed you? Harry, 16 months old, is that correct?
He's 17 months old.
Oh, he's getting on.
Yeah, yes, he's at that age where I could leave him at home now rather than bring him on the road. Tell you what, I love being a mum. I think, why didn't I start this earlier? But no, it's just wonderful finding someone special to share Harry with. That's Dave, of course. Just love it. I want more children, and because he's pretty well behaved, Harry. The next one that comes along might be the absolute opposite, and that'll do me. But so far, so good. How can
people find out about your upcoming gigs or more information about Sara Storer? What's the easiest way?
People can just go via my website on sarastorer.com.au or jump on Facebook.
Thanks for your time, Sara.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for having me.
So let's walk around this town before the sun is gone. Fill your pockets full of dreams, leave your fears and doubts at home, and remember who you were, and just look at us today, like a wind chime needs a song.